Hello guys, this is Onyx and today I'm gonna present you the new version of Kalimdor's Aftermath. So on this version we've done a lot of work with Herodos Panel and the other beta testers such as Mongoose, Killerino and Zoom. There are a lot of new game mechanics incoming in this new version, so we had to do some beta test for it. So I'm gonna start with the myth, of course. The first game mechanic change is that all the battleships got the same amount of HP. As we all know, the CR fight between yellow and dark green was kind of messed up, with the Juggernauts with 2000 HP and the Alliance battleships with very low HP and more damage. It wasn't really balanced, and now the Man of Bones Skybreaker will make the player win in the CR fight. Secondly, all units building time has been reduced. This was a big issue on the previous version, and now it's gonna be like as it was LGF or LGA. So it's gonna be much better. You won't have to wait 10 seconds for one unit. The gameplay is gonna be much better after this. We're not gonna struggle as much as before. Siege and elite type units had some major cost differences which has been fixed. I think it was about the manpower of the elites, which were kinda fucked up. Like, the tier elite cost 75 gold, I think, and it doesn't work than 5 gold. The troll elite costs 50 gold and it would rather cost more. But like, for example, the Nightborn costs 70 and it should cost less because they were very squishy and stuff like that. And also those elites now got the elite armor, or the hero armor rather, which is really good, and most of the elites, I haven't checked everyone, but you should be able to upgrade their defense as well. And there are no more elites with no armor type, which is good. The two next are about the tiers, which was broken, and this nerf was really needed. On the test we had, Zoom still thought that the region was too much, which is why we also decreased the area of effect of the tiers. So it should also fix some issues such as the double broken region aura on the chill player. Yeah, because the tiers are stuck with the region aura on Remunos. Next thing, well, it's not that important, but it's an attempt to reduce lags. The control trigger should now work. Yeah, we've tested this and it was indeed working, but we didn't test it with every alliance type. It was about night elves. So we sure that night elves work, but for example, if Legion allies Nightborn, well, we haven't tested it, so I don't know. When player leaves, his ally should get full control. Yeah, I was actually talking about this and not this. The control is just to give control when you go AFK to your ally. Or when you're fighting together and your ally is bothering you with fat units. It's better to control his units. Yeah. This one was important. It exists on each other map, but not on Kalimdor, the Aftermath, so yeah. It has to be added on the map. Many new sounds and conversations were added. That's roleplay, I'd say. Scroll of TP is locked for the first 10 minutes. We had to add this on the map because during the new South fight test. The old god could just TP straight away out of his base and not wait for the gate to be open at 3 minutes, which is not really good for the gameplay. The old god player has to wait 3 minutes, and if he just buys the TP and goes out, it fucks the gameplay of the game. Over 4,000 dollars were removed. Another attempt to decrease map lags. And to be honest, I think this version should be much better about the lags. All main capitals have been, I taught Spino to do this, so we can't aim or GrimmHeart with schemes or stuff like that. A lot of players used to do this, and it's now another issue fixed, which is as much important as any of those. The sheer fight, the building time, the broken cheers, stuff like that. About the Sentinels. The Warden edit abilities has been changed. I didn't check it myself, but I think they had a Windwalk, Shackles, or Shadow Strike, something like that. I guess it's a good change. I will see if I can show it in game after reading the changelog. Just a bug fix. Refinements Stronghold is now a second base available from start. So if you see the south base of Jill on Canarian Hold, there was a TP to the island, and it is Feathermoon Stronghold. So Blue now got a base here, in addition to Jill, and the Canarian Hold is now neutral from the start. We will read this after. Hippogriff Rider's attack was lowered by 10 to 10. They were kind of broken to sure aim, with the aiming shot on elites and shadows, so it's a good chance. Multi-shot damage was lowered to 25. Also a good change because the range damage of blue is broken, but it might also hurt the Nightborn, so we will see. Temples have new graphical effects, so they don't look like dance. Well, a nice change, I guess. About druids. Keeper Remulus is now awakeable by Malfoyon and corruptible by Xavius. So it means that the Nightmare player will now have the possibility of getting 3 heroes instead of 2, and even 1 because Xavius was squishy and still is. You can aim Xavius down very easily. So it's a good change. And about Malfoyon, well, it was some content which was supposed to be added a long time ago, I think. So it just gives us a second chance to the chill player. But even if I think that chill is broken, if the Legion player just rush the tree and wait for Keeper to spawn, well, it will fix this. Cause there was a lot of players, and me included, in doing so just to get the tiers ASAP. Kills are no longer available from start, they need to be unlocked. I didn't check the quest myself, but I've told Spino to do this because on the new North fight, the kills are kind of broken to sure aim, and the splash damage is also really great against the casters, which don't have a HP upgrade. And I expect an HP upgrade on the next version because it is really, really needed. So there is a small quest to decrease the chill power on the early game against Red and Chill and give them a chance. So the quest will surely give some free cameras and some gold. So yeah, you don't have the Siltius base anymore, but you have to bring front walls there to get it. Yeah, so front wall is moved to the north to fight the Legion and the Horde. So yeah, the tier has been moved to the north, and it's why Kims have their quest, and that we can expect some red buff on the next version, because currently red is not capable of holding the Night Elf by his own, and it's kind of the same of Legion now. We'll see. So, well, we've talked about this, the small and nice changes. It was the high advance towers to the energy tower that we can get on the bonus chapter on the Gale campaign. A new model, a new icon, like a lot of heroes. So yeah, it's owned by network player, and all cards have to wait 3 minutes before going out. We've talked about this. New icons, yeah. Onyx was a dummy hero that you had at the tree when you were getting Malfoyon. When he was under his humanoid form, he sucked, but he could transform into a dragon, which was quite nice with chaos and splat damage, I think. I never show it on my gameplays, but and I won't have the possibility of doing it. Yeah, Nightmare Dragons got new healing spell, and tied to newly catchable eye. It's a low accurate thing that the dragons are tied to the Eye of Asha, and the Nightmare lacked of healing as well, and it will decrease the possibilities of rhyming on Xavius. Also, the nightmares such as the Voidwalkers on Legion and the range units of nightmares have been nerfed. The reason is balance again, because you could just get 2 or 3 squads of nightmares and just a move as a nightmare race to wreck everyone. That is simple as that, especially because of their parasite ability. Okay, so it's Burning Legion. Legion cannot drain the war tree. I haven't checked it myself, and I won't until in-game, and I won't show it because I don't want to spoil people before they try by themselves. I think it's a new content, and people were expecting it, so why not? I don't know what to think of this one. People ask for a seed unit, but does the Legion really need it? I don't know. You can get siege after summoning. Maybe it is required on the other game, but I don't think so. It's kind of Manaria as a new icon. And yeah, the so expected nerf on Voidwalkers. So I guess the siege can just balance it. But how to say? I don't know. Legion got a new starting base on Mount Ajor. I think it's the same base as on the first versions. Like when you were summoning your Xavius, I mean no, not Xavius, but your such a prince, you had a base in front of the mount. Not up there. No, in front of, what is the base called? Astrona there. And it's also the place where you kill the paladin. I think it's this base. Yeah. So it's actually like on the old days. Yeah, the Shadow Melder was kind of messing with the Moonglade ability on the Satyr Prince. And Legion didn't really needed this, so yeah, a good change again. Culturas. Gilneas Brigade was enabled. So Gilneas is a new path for Dark Green that will spawn bases on the Broken Islands alongside with Gain Greyman. All your units are changed into the opposite. Into the Gilneas opposite. And from what I've tested on the solo player, it looks decent and much stronger than the normal Cultiras. But by doing this, you will keep Valiant win, but you will lose Daring Promo. Just so you know. Zondala Isle is now available, and Cultiras got a small garrison on it. This was a request, I think, from players because Cultiras doesn't have enough healing on his units, especially since the E spell on the priest was removed. But now the spell is back, the Flash of Light, and Charlemagne also got a healing. So the Dark Green player will have the ability to keep his army alive much longer. About Pheromore. Knights now have Stampede instead of NG piercing armor. They serve more as a damage dealer now. I don't really know what to think of it because I don't play Light Blue that much, but I guess the Alliance players will know. And the Baildun officers, the replacement when you get Baildun, are more of a tanking job now. The bash was nice, but whatever. Enough fire is not the first ability for priest. Yeah, I told Spinal to do so, and he did, which is much better. So the priest got their healing ability back. 100 HP shield, I think, on the E. And instead of the shitty heal on the Q, you got the inner fire. So it's gonna make Alliance stronger. Not really stronger, but not shit at least. Time warp, AoE speed, and attack speed. We need to try this ultimate in game before saying anything. The previous spell was Mass TP, I think. Or the AoE shield. The AoE shield was kind of... Alright, I'm back. I had to stop recording for a silly reason. Again, so yeah, I was talking about the AoE shield on Jaina previously being buggy. So yeah, we need to give it a try to the ultimate. Yeah, that is a good thing because we can't decrease the light blue player otherwise by killing Farmer to log the knights. But yeah, having a 3 revive Polish hero is actually the only player with this. So it's a good thing. And the second bridge is now decided by light blue, which is an amazing change. Because on the late game to hold Farmer it's not possible, especially against Night Elf. And the horde can just divide themselves towards the 3 points, troll from the sea, whatever. Red from the north and OJ from Stonewall. So yeah, the bridge is now decided by Lalbu, and the player will only build it if he feels like he can. That change was needed, especially since there was no gate on the first bridge anymore. Okay, about the Old Gods, some new content here. After taking dire mode, Purple can now research help of the Cordially ogres. That will give his ogre magi's passive mana regenerating ability and new items that has pre-answer. It's a mid-game buff, which was actually needed. The ogre magi's as Twilight are really mana requiring. Sorry for my bad English again. Like, they got some Dark Arrow on the Q ability, which cost a lot of mana. On the second, they got Devour Magic, and on the third, they got Rejuvenation, I think. So, with the better mana return, they're gonna be able to cast also 3 spells and not only one, as most of the time. Except on the situation where you turn off the arrow on the Q. And the item with pre-answer is, I'd say above that all gods needed, really needed, to rebalance, because he used to be really strong on the south, but if the players rush him, and that he doesn't have the time to expand and get his gold economy running and the upgrades, he is most likely going to be fucked. So nothing to say bad about this. Deep-Olm has been added as secondary starting base that can serve as main base of operations should Anchorage falls. So this Deep-Olm building, it's actually an area on the bottom right hand corner of the map. The August player will see straight away, I think, but just to know, the Temple of the Earth gives a 20 gold and lumber income per unit, which is good, I'd say. And in addition to this, the Temple of the Earth can also open a portal to Deep-Olm. So the player will just have to Deep-Olm entrance on as what I mean. So basically, when Cho'Gath reach level 15, you can just TP to the Temple of the Earth, open the portal, send Cho'Gath through the portal, and summon Deathwing directly. And to get Deathwing more often, we'll look at this directly. 1 level by summoning Cho'Gath, and I think you get 1 level by doing this as well. No, actually, yeah, you got 1 level by going Twilight Hammer, and 1 level by summoning Cho'Gath. So you can just wait for level 13 as Kiraji and then directly go Twilight to get Deathwing. Destroyers have increased hit points and heavy armor. They were really squishy, and I think this change was needed as well. It's his only source of dispel, so yeah. Destroyers need to stay alive to do a really good job for all god. Kiraji's chosen abilities was slightly modified, and new special ability tied to Kufun was added. They got some wasted ability at the E, which is basically like the tentacle as before, but you don't have a tentacle now, you are horror, I think the unit is called, or something like this. 400 HP, squishy unit, just to mass more. And Kufun E was changed, so Kufun now has the ability to summon 4 free flying units for the purple, which is not bad, but you can't stack those summons. So each time you will push on the E when you already got the summons, well, your first summon will disappear and let place to the second. Nightborn. Yeah. I'm sorry for the Nightborn players, but it is not a good version for you. A new model, which didn't work last time I tried, I think. New icons. Magister's Elemental were changed to level 2. Well, this is good change back because if you have seen some of my Naga gameplay, I could get fed from the elementals very easily. Like from 12 elementals, I could get one level on each hero. And those don't have a good amount of HP to not be dispelled that easily. A new dummy unit is available after researching the construct. This is supposed to be the buff for Nightborn, but one dummy hero won't make Nightborn win. Especially because you need the construct's ability when you research before getting him, and then after it you need to train him, and it costs a lot of gold that the Nightborn player can't afford on the early game. I think the dummy cost 100 gold or something like this. The only good part is that when he dies you can revive him, like the Ildari dummy and I think Cultura's dummy as well. Not sure about this. So yeah, for the Nightborn buff, well, on the next version, hopefully. The Dark Spear. Troll Destroyers got a new icon, okay. Sandalary Path was removed as a solo and reworked as an alliance. Blood Totem has been removed and given to Sandalary instead. And Vol'jin got a new model icon. And a new model again. You don't understand the shit, right? We will see. Art Warlock's model was changed. Yeah, a lot of new icons and models, as I said at the start. Some of the Elitaris units and spells have been changed to improve the path. The elites are now much better. They got a healing ability, they got immolation as well. I think they got more HP, not sure about this. But the casters are a little bit less powerful than before, so we will have to give it a try. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a buff or nerf for the casters yet. We will need to see this in-game. Dragon Turtle now has a longer attack range, fixed from missile to artillery. Yeah. Turtles weren't a siege really, without a long range, right? But they are really strong unit. Chain healing ability has been buffed. Yeah, it was needed. That was almost a waste of mana before. Blessing of fast shower duration has been decreased, so Blessing of Boss, I think it's a rejuvenation on the Q on the Tidal Mistress Atissa. The starting hero for green, anyway. Don't remember the name. Ultra the Deadwind Harvester got a new icon. I think this is the 4th hero for Elidari. And more new icons. I want the Horde. Not much, but you can control Deepholm and the Temple of the Earth. So yeah, I didn't realize, but the Temple of the Earth is a capturable building, looks like. The Forbidden Bomb of Kromgar was nerfed to 50%. Yeah. We can all thank Mongols for this. And boys, the Zandari. We finally got the 12 factions that was required. So yeah, you didn't understand a shit about the changelog before, and I'm sorry for this, for badly explained. But we still moved to the north. We had to get the 12th faction, which is gonna start on the south, to fight the old gods. So about the... let's go back to the troll. Zandali path was removed. So the Zulfa rock is now the starting base for Zandari. And there is an alliance between them that I will maybe cast in game. Yeah, I will try to cast in game to show it. It would be easier than explain it. And the blood totem was the R ability on the elites that are now the E ability for Zandari. Let's go back. Zandari Empire is the 12th faction added to KK. It lies divided to two major settlements, the lower part of Zandari Isle and the city of Sulfarag, which serves as main base of operation in early and mid game, and actually as well for the late game, because I don't think that many players will bother going to Zandara, especially because I don't think anything is tied for the player here. Anyway, its goal is to fight all gods and secure position and resources for resources for restoration of the Grand Solar Empire. Ground forces are not very strong but versatile, and there are many interesting tactics that features that makes ground fireball force, such as summoning hydras from the pool. Yeah, I've done it and it's really nice. Anyway, from the pool, or using few underground tunnels to quickly build production, things in occupied territory. Wait, what? I think it's some future content to be added, because I didn't see it in solo player. Bond starts with two heroes, Prophet Zul, the caster, so it's exactly the same heroes as the sort of path for yellow before, and all calls and Scarp, the mighty chieftain of Faraki. And they can get a third hero and a fourth hero and a fifth hero and plenty of heroes. King Rastakan, sorry, my accent sucks, adds additional hero and more are planned to be added. But there are also dummy heroes that can prove to be very useful, such as Rastakan personal giant slave. I don't think this one is in game yet, so don't bother try looking for it. Or maybe it is in game but I didn't see it. While being mostly based on Grand early game, on the Grand Empire is restored, it can use powerful ships and become very strong naval faction. It's not really the case yet, but yeah, it's coming, don't worry. There's not much content right now, since this is it's just, I think there are some grammatical mistakes here. Since this is its first, actually no, its first release for brown and ally yellow. And brown can ally yellow by sending him over via research. And instead of the goblins, I think some players will try to bait them, just saying, before ending the text. A lot of players will do this. The suicide bombs goblins, yeah. And enslaved goblin settlements all over Kalimdor. So about Zandari, I will do another video to show it in game. It isn't really strong, but we've done like a few tests, 5 I think, to balance the south. Like giving him more resources to Zandari, to make a big army, Alcott is really strong early game, even though he sucks on the late. On the early game, on the test, he was absolutely wrecking the Zandari player. So tomorrow, I think, or I don't know when, but you will have a Zandari video to show you how to play with Zandara. It's really tricky, and a lot of players might rage quit because they would think that Zandari sucks. So yeah, a video will be required for this. About the bugs, you won't raise Brigand anymore. From yeah, hotkey, the bounty list. So yeah, there was only Illidan, I think, the icon. Or maybe there was no icon, but just Illidan for the tooltip. And I should be showing both Illidan and Changelog. And I don't know which is going to be the third target, I mean who. They used to cost 4 food instead of 1 into their per phone. Yeah, as Rajan was the Warlock Ogre. That doesn't exist anymore. Another attempt to reduce the lags. Again. Again and again and again. I quite don't understand that. Is it actually an item? And not the first hero of the Illidari? Well, I didn't try Illidari yet, so I don't know. Druid of the Claw are now probably replaced. Yeah. You could keep the druids, the bears and their war. While going Nightmare. Quite broken, but now fixed. Yeah, they used to cost 2 food. As now throwables. I think it was Stormbolt. Was there 5 levels or what? I don't think there was 3. Yeah, this beta icon was fucked up. Gate bug fixed. I don't know what is this. Redemptors with inventory slots. Not a big deal. A big deal here on the other hand. There was a lot of players abusing Chironda and getting empowered Chironda at the start of the game at just capturing the temple of the moon and the temple of Elun. Yeah, something like this. Fireforge, yeah, the Ildari lumber mill couldn't gather lumber. Quite fucked up. Murloc's priority was lower. I think it was the Bloodlust Muggles on Naga. There we can no longer train Dementors before getting both initial waves. Another bug fest! Alright, so guys, if you have questions, just ask me. About Zandalari, don't worry, I'm gonna show you the new faction really soon. And if I got time, I'm gonna try to show it in game. So if the video is not ending now, it's because I show it in game, right? If it is, well, hours later, I think. So yeah, tell me what you think of it. There might be a hotfix version coming right after it. Herald and Spinal are still working on it, so if you have questions, suggestions, bug reports, balance test suggestion, everything, just go ahead. Comment on the description or on the changelog on Brigand 7. It should be released soon, like very soon after my video. So just go ahead. And yeah, I really wanna know what it's going to do. More levels on heroes? I don't know. And yeah, I think for now it's quite the end. I really hope those new game mechanics are gonna make KTA great again. Those tiers fixed, the control over the left player. This was exclusively done for all cards.